entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Hi guys, Driver here, and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. In this video, I have to be quite frank. This isn't really one of my diary entries. I've kind of like spread those out, so I'm not doing those as often because it kind of has a plateau. But if I'm being real about the game right now, I'm a bit overwhelmed. I have had the good fortune, overwhelmed in a good way, I guess. I've had the good fortune of, let's be 100% real. I was legitimately thinking about just stopping the game altogether because it had gotten so tedious and such a grind. Arena was garbage and it was not fun. So like the one thing that was fun was gone. I was struggling with a lot of the dungeons and I was like, what am I doing this for? And it even led me to like pushing out of paying any money at all for anything, like not doing anything whatsoever and just like playing the game, but it was getting tedious and I was like, oh, it's BS. So in any case, a few things have changed in the game, like Arena, like everybody's noticed already. Some of the things they've added have kind of gotten me back to paying attention again. I'm still going to look for another game, I believe, but I figured out as well by saying to myself, I'm not going to do this thing. It's made me kind of appreciate the game more. But in any case, this isn't even what the video is actually about. In this video, what I'm actually going to do is review Trunda. Trunda is part of the reason why, well, no, not part of the reason. She came along the way when I was like, should I let this game go or not? But in any case, before we get into Trunda and into what I've kind of changed, I drop Raid Shadow Legends videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and DC Legends videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So please like, please subscribe, and if you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm alright with that as well. So basically what I figured out about this game is that unless you want to just dump a bunch of money into it, the best way to play it is casually. So like this game is my side piece now. I got my game that's my wife, and then I got my game that's my side piece. And so if you kind of play it a little bit more casually and save up, tons of you probably already know this. Tons of you are probably being like, yeah, duh. But save up, do the things the right way, like do the things slowly and progress slowly and not put so much pressure on completing things, then the game becomes more enjoyable if Arena is actually good as well. So Arena not being good was actually a really big deal for me. I really did not like that. I was really enjoying Arena and they took that away. They brought it back as part of the enjoyment. But on top of part of that enjoyment is I've gotten like a lot of legendaries in the last like week, actually. Visix the Unbowed, which she was a daily login champion, so I got her. So that was to be expected. But then I also got my last sharp pull that came out a few days ago. I got Elder Scarg and also Manaya. I've done like the bare minimum of work on them. I haven't done anything because another thing I learned about this game is don't stretch your resources. Work on one champion, one team, get that done, and then move on to the next. Collecting like one thing that's just hilarious is that I collected so many champions in the beginning of this game and slammed them in the vault, got more vault space, and only to like end up now in the last like 3 or 4 weeks, well, more like 2 weeks, I've just been using them as food, all the ones that I've been saving. And I know they say like don't feed epics and blah, 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 blah. Some epics are garbage, okay? And some epics you get all the time. And so like, yeah, I'm gonna feed an epic into a legendary because I'm not gonna sit here and buy 40 ancient shards and 3,000 energy to do the opposite, to do others. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. So I've been using them as resources. However, the one that I'm going into right now is Trunda. Trunda was one of the first ones that I actually even wanted, just because of HP burn and for me understanding how HP burn works against the spider in Spider's Den. I ended up with Ultimate Gaelic. Ultimate Gaelic was the one that I'm using now. I don't even know if I would have space to use Trunda on that team, only because she hits like a freaking truck. Now I'm only at Spider's 21. I haven't done 22 through 25. Mid-game player, in case you didn't know. So I don't. She might be useful now, but on level 20, she just annihilates the Spiderling. So not really something you can do. So in any case, I'm going to go through her kit, the masteries that I did, and I'm going to take her to arena, which I've been using her in. And I might even run her in Spider's Den in like 22 or something, just to see what happens. I don't know. Anyway, so on the A1, attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 50% chance of placing stun debuff for 1 turn after the second hit, which I love. It's an awesome A1. Attacks one enemy, then attacks all enemies with a second hit, dealing 60% of the damage inflicted from the first hit. Now, I can't remember who I was watching, but I think it was like Hell Hades or something, where he was saying, hit the champion with the most HP, which is a very good idea. This ability actually has a 6 times multiplier, so it actually hits harder. My hardest hitting champion, my hardest hitting legendary to this point was Abbess. And Abbess on her A2, she lays down decreased defense, but it also has a 5.1 multiplier. Now, I also have her in Savage Gear and a Cruel set. And I think with Trunda, I just have her in Savage and Perception. The reason I have her in Perception is because I want to be able to land that HP burn, because I'm still anticipating that she's going to be the one to take the role of Ultimate Gaelic in Spider's Den. However, the more I look at it, I mean, she may not have enough accuracy as she's constituted now. So that's an accuracy banner that I have on her. I think I have attack on the chest. Yeah, attack on the chest, attack on the boots, and crit rate on the gloves, because I just couldn't get enough crit rate otherwise. I still don't have enough crit rate now. So in any case, my idea is to use her in Spider's Den because of this ability. Attacks all enemies, has a 70% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn, places an HP burn for 2 turns on enemies under stun, places an extra hit on enemies not under the stun debuff. This also, and if I'm looking very quickly just to be on the safe side, I think this has a 3 times multiplier. So overall, she just hits hard as hell. And I love HP burn and I love stun. And it does work perfectly for Spider's Den. Now, as far as her masteries go, I think I took, whoa, what did I take? Yeah, exactly. Flawless Execution was the one that I took. I was very, 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 very tempted to take Eagle Eye, still thinking about the debuffs. But having that plus 20% crit damage, it was a little bit too tempting, especially when it comes to Arena. And I'm wondering if I can even use her to replace Abbess. I've been playing with both of them over the course of the last like week, 2 weeks or whatever, and kind of exchanging both and using them at the same time on the same team. But I don't, well, let me go. I'm just going to go see if she is that chick. Not meaning that, but you know, I am that chick. I want to know if she is that chick in Arena, or is Abbess still the queen of my Arena, my account? Like, who's the queen? Is it going to be Abbess or is it going to be Trunda? So as they try to sell me more stuff, I'm going to take her into Arena right now. And the one problem with Arena is, when I do this, I'm trying to find them the best matchups, and it would be actually perfect if I just had an all-void team that I could attack that I wouldn't be able to beat, but I would still go first. Does that make sense? Because now I want to see what the damage is in comparison of Abbess versus Trunda. See, as you can see, I've been using them both on the same team. So I'm cutting in the video right here because I actually made a huge mistake when I was doing the comparison between Abbess and Trunda. So like, I'm about to cut off like 5 minutes of this, 10 minutes of this video that I've already done, because I ended up accidentally comparing their A3s because I put them on auto and I didn't change the AI. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to compare Abbess's A2 to Trunda's A2. Now with Abbess, we'll start off first, and I'm going to not start on auto, so we'll take that off. Hopefully we'll be faster than this team, and the goal isn't to beat them, so it's great that Skull Crown's in there because she'll have an unkillable, then I can leave, come back with Trunda, and then compare the A2s. Now the reason I'm only comparing the A2s and not the A3s is because on Abbess's A3, it has a different, well, I'll show how it scales, and that way you'll understand why I'm having to do it this way. So we'll do all that. We shall do this, and then this. Love Deacon Armstrong. So now on her A3, it is attacks all enemies. Damages inflicted is proportional to either this champion's attack or the target's defense, etc., etc., etc. So it's not an enemy max HP ability, but it is dependent on defense and attack, which automatically means that the actual damage itself is going to vary a lot depending on who you're facing. So what I wanted to do was the A2. Let's see how much. Let's slow it down just a little bit to see how much damage we do in this situation. Hello, hit somebody. So generally speaking, 57 to 56. I didn't see the right side, but so like 57 to 56. So now I'm going to leave battle and come back with Trunda and see what happens. Let's see what she does in this situation. Let's go. Because honestly, like in the video before, like all the parts that I'm about to cut out of this video, I was curious as to why Abbess had like 17,000 more in attack when she does that. And I realized then that I was actually comparing the wrong champion, the wrong abilities on the champion. So now we will see what happens here. Start. We got everything good. Okay. So now going against the same team, it was a range of like 56, 57 is what I saw over on the left side, basically. So I think it's going to be in that area. For Trunda, let's see what happens when she does her A2. So we speed them all up, make sure that we go full, before them at least, compression, and then decrease defense on them. And let's see, I think not as many decreased defenses landed as last. But anyway, let's see what happens. Ooh, that one was 77. I saw a 77 in there. Or am I crazy? I saw a 77 in there. That looked boss. Okay, so then I saw a 17 as well. Or did I feel like I didn't see something correctly. But her A2 smacks a whole lot harder than Abbess's. Now here's what I'll just go ahead. Shut up. I don't want to waste the tokens now because now we can actually beat these teams. I need to go ahead and farm for my gold, great haul. So go ahead and finish this off. Now I'm going to show you the comp that I actually run with them together. And in this role, and I don't know, forgive me, I don't know if I put this in the video or not, but the way that I run it is basically Abbess to me is just like a heavy hitting damage dealer. In fact, I did put it, you probably did hear it beforehand. But Abbess to me is basically a heavy hitting debuffer in this scenario, in what I'm trying to do here. So basically what I'll do, and I'm not going to rebuild the team or anything like that. I'm just going to show it. I guess I'll go here. Doesn't really matter. So what I do here is that I put in Abbess. I have Trunda, who's slower than Abbess, and then I would have like, I wouldn't put in Deacon. Let me go ahead and put in Apothecary just to fill the slots, right? So now in this composition, the way that this is going to work is that I want to have Abbess go second, like have Gorgorab go first, give everybody the turn meter manipulation. Then, and in this case, then you would have Apothecary go, give even more turn meter. And then you would have Abbess go next. Abbess, I'm going to use her A2, put the decreased defense down. Now, this might wipe out their entire team, but you put down the decreased defense. Now, so you see, it's a decreased defense that lays down massive amounts of damage. So by the time I get to Trunda, and I think the one with the highest HP is going to be Miscreated Monster. So by the time I get there, oh, it might have been supposed to go with the A3 on that one. That's my fault. My fault. As a matter of fact, let's leave this. I just said I didn't want to waste it, but I want to do it. I want to do it right. The A3 was supposed to be the one that goes off next, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go ahead and double check because I run this on auto all the time and I had everything set up. So that's the problem. That's the problem with me trying to do this spontaneously now as I'm watching the video and seeing like the massive mistake that I made trying to get back to it and do it without actually having it scripted the way that I wanted it to. So go here, decrease defense. Okay, so this is the one that, no, I selected the right one. Because this is the one whereby if you hit them, second hit deals 60% of the damage that was dealt by the first. So here's the thing though. Why didn't the second hit go off? Because it only hit once, right? It only hit once. Well, let me do Ursula this time and see what happens. Oh, wow. It laid down 3 of them instead of the 2 that it did before. So Maybe Ursula in this composition, whoever this player is, he has higher HP. So in any case, what you're going to see next is me going through the gear and everything under different assumptions, but you'll see the gear that I have them in. So let's get back to it. All right, so let's go back and check on the gear that I have on Abbess versus the gear that I have on Trunda. Trunda has the perception, and she has, let's see here, she has the perception and she has savage. So she's ignoring 25% of enemy defense, and then she has increased speed and increased accuracy, whereby, well, 15%. Plus 15% attack and ignores 5% defense. That could make the difference. That definitely could make the difference. So they hit about the same, if not Trunda hitting harder, because plus 15% attack, well, no, that would mean Abbess is hitting a little bit harder, because I think it was like a 30% increase to 17,000 over the 39. Yeah. All right, so Abbess may still be hitting harder, but I would be very curious. Plus, they ignoring 5% defense. I'd be very curious if I put Trunda in a cruel set. Oh, and that they even kind of match up, because the cruel set that I have Abbess in is gloves and gauntlet, and then the perception set that I have Trunda in is perception. But there's the crit rate there, and I think Abbess's gloves are not crit rate. Let me double check. Hello, go to where I want. Let's see. Oh, they're crit rate too. I'm gonna have to experiment with that more. I'm not gonna go into it now because it's gonna be a little bit too much, but I'm gonna experiment with that more and try to come back and see what happens. So now, as the video is going longer than I expected it to, which always happens, I'm going to take her into Spider's Den with my Spider's Den team, but then try her on, I guess, 22. Let's see, she is... Okay, so she would fit in 22. I'm not sure that my team would actually win in 22, but we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. I don't have anything really special set up here outside of, well, let's just put, I can always replace him. We're gonna take Ultimate Gaelic out and we're gonna put Trunda in just to see what happens. Now, the way this team works for me is that we had Yoshi in there for the True Fear. At first it was so he would give the increased attack, but he also gives True Fear at the beginning, which is great for crowd control. Then he would give the increased attack, which would help Ultimate Gaelic go off with his A3. I would have Cold Heart in there for turn meter manipulation and for that one shot that she's going to do with her Heart Seeker. Then I would also have Gentoro in there because he also manipulates turn meter and he puts the weaken and decreased defense down. Okay, so decreased defense. And then we have Miscreated Monster for the shields, also the stuns. There goes the HP burn from Trunda. Now let's see what happens. Okay. I mean, I was about to say I haven't run this before, but as you guys can see, I've never beaten this level before, so we'll see. He did not reduce the turn meter as much as I would have liked him to. And see, now she's killing him. That's the thing. So even in level 22, she's still a little bit too powerful. But it does make me think that maybe if she was like, 24, she wouldn't be too powerful. But it looks like, or are we gonna win? No, because she's gonna eat her babies in a second, right? Oh, are we gonna win? Nope, she ate the babies. Oh, and there goes Miscreated. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That is, well, that's game over. Oh, wow. The last person I thought would fall would be Miscreated. That's a problem. Well, in any case, don't think it's going to work out here. But I think I can see where there's potential for her to be in like Spider's Den, like 22, 23, 24, 25, just to get past it. I'm gonna have to rebuild the team. I can't use the team that I've built here, clearly. So that will be my next project. No, I have a couple other projects, but I'm gonna start working on that a little bit too. But like I said earlier in the video, try to remember to focus on one or two things and not overextend yourself. So we're gonna take a loss here. We're gonna completely wipe, but it is what it is. I still love Trunda. I think she's incredible. She is the Super Saiyan that's running around in Raid Shadow Legends. I still didn't look up that Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball Super that was on that other planet. Any case, in the other universe, actually. In any case, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.